Hey guys, it's Sandy with Debbie Sandy Design Co. and I am here for the Plaster Paint Company tonight, and we are finally getting around to the shop doors. I hope that you all saw my inspiration picture that I posted earlier today, and then this is the after of what we're going to be working on tonight. So we need to get started because you'll notice that these are just standard plain doors. So I need to add a raised stencil. And the way that I'm going to do this for, hey Miss Cheryl, to hold up outside is I'm going to be mixing some of the new surface. Sorry for the noise, I am outside. Some spackle, just get that at Home Depot, and some salt wash. And I don't have my salt wash package out here. Salt wash is a texture additive, but I'm adding all of that, and then I'm going to color it with just some chocolate paint, just the original Plaster Paint. Hey, Miss Patty, by the Plaster Paint Company. And this is what we get. It looks like chocolate. Now, because I added the new surface to the mix, it's going to help it grab hold, and it's going to help give us that raised texture that we're looking for. Hey, Miss Darla. Miss Darla said, hey, Mr. B.
Hey.
All right. So we're just going to start, and y'all, I'm going to raise you up so you can see up at the top where I'm going to start. Now, I got this really long stencil from the shop at Van Gossen, and I'm sorry I don't remember the name of it. If Phyllis jumps on, maybe she will remember the name of it. But I'm just taking a little spatula. I've got my stencil loosely taped up here, and we're just going to go over it. Now, as soon as I start, it's going to start holding that down. And then I'm just going to clean it off. And I will tell you that this mixture is the perfect mix for the thickness of the stencil. Now I'm going to drop down here to the center panel, to the long panel, and do the same thing. And I'm not worried about everything being perfect. I just want that raised texture so we can create a design on these doors. And I showed you my inspiration picture, but my imagination for the patio and the workshop is I want it to look like these are old imported doors, maybe from Greece or Mexico, or maybe even a temple of some kind, just really, really old and aged. And they are on our Louisiana fish shack. That's the look that I'm going for. And I'm just laying this down and then scraping back as much as I can. And it will take this a little while to dry, so we won't be painting all of the doors tonight, but we are going to show you how we're going to do them. I'll be painting the rest of this one tomorrow when it doesn't feel like the 7th ring of hell out here. Is everybody else having really, really hot temperatures? It's ridiculously hot here.
Sharon said good evening.
Hello, Miss Sharon. All right. Let's get that. Okay, I'm going to have to drop this down to get the bottom. Brian, do you want to drop the camera down? Pull my tape. And can y'all see how pretty that is? So I'm just going to center this up down here. Okay, these gnats are about to get to me. And this is where my rolly stool comes in handy. And now we're just going to do the same thing here. If y'all have questions, put them in the comments. Let me know if you got to see the finished photos of this door and what you thought. I know it may not be for everybody, but it's what jazzes me. And since I'm the one that has to live here,
Cheryl Belden said hi, and Darla said it, yes, Texas is hot.
whew, I bet Texas is hot. And hello, Miss Cheryl. I am not ignoring you.
Christine Martin said hello.
Hey, Miss Christine.
Cheryl Belden asked, what is the mixture?
Okay, Cheryl, so I don't have exact amounts because I mix stuff like this like I cook, and I don't measure. But it is spackle from Home Depot. It's the new surface. It's like a bonding primer from Plaster Paint Company. Salt wash. The salt wash you can get from the Plaster Paint Company or the shop at Van Gossen. And some of the chocolate colored paint from Plaster Paint Company.
Sharon said, I saw photos, very cool.
Thank you, Miss Sharon. So what I have done with my mixture is I have just created a huge mess on my hands. Enough texture for that to just be raised a little bit. All right, I'm going back up here. I want to get this other side. Y'all, these gnats are killing me. We live below the gnat line. And I can hear them buzzing. Now, the reason that I wanted this tinted, because I could have just done this in white or whatever color I wanted, is we're going to go through and we're going to sand some of it. We are going to, I didn't want to do that. That's all right, I'll get it. We're going to age it. And when I pull the paint back, I want this to look like wood.
Sherry Wright said hi.
Hey, Miss Sherry. All right, y'all. And as I'm pulling it down and removing the excess, I'm just moving it on down my stencil. So you can see it really doesn't take much of this at all. Kind of like drywall mud without the hideous sanding part. Has anybody on here ever hung drywall? It's not something that I love to do. Now you may wonder why I don't just use a blow dryer to dry this. It's because I would only dry the top surface And for this to hold up to all of the other stuff that we're doing to it, I need it to cure all the way through. So that's why we won't be able to do the entire door tonight. But I will video all of the steps. I started today. I'm going to drop this down again. And I'm going to go ahead and just wipe this off. Where I boo-booed. And get the bottom part. And let's talk paint. Man, I mixed up just enough.
Lisa Hawkins said, "Hey, Sandy and Brian."
Hey, Miss Lisa. What have you been up to lately? I bet this sounds horrible on my microphone. If it does, y'all, I apologize. And I'm just making sure that I get all of that covered. And when we finish up tonight, I'm just going to throw this stencil out in the yard and rinse it off with the water hose. And it will be good as new. I love these super large stencils. All right.
Darla said, "I've missed seeing you on here. Glad you're here."
Miss Darla, I've missed seeing y'all too. I am. There we go. Now we have all of our stencil. We just laid across the fence. We have all of our raised stencil done. We need to let this dry overnight. Y'all, I'm going to set you up where you can see me. Maybe. Ooh, bugs. Okay, we'll let this dry overnight, and then I'll come back in the morning and I'll finish painting this door. But I wanted to talk to you about the paint that I'm using and why I'm using it. This particular finish is a combination of blending and then layering paint to create the old weathered look that we want. So I have a ton of colors over here. I have Serenity. I have Jewel. These are our two primary colors for the top. Now you'll notice on the other door, which I'm blocking, that the bottom of it is an old weathered wood look. So for it, I'm using Chocolate and Mossy Meadow and Autumn. I've got a little bit of, not Marigold, Dahlia, and a little bit of Poppies in it as well. And what I like to do, and I can show you real quick on, can you see this? Yeah, this area right here. I like to get my blending done first and get my colors all laid out. Let it dry, and then I will come back, and most of my layering is going to be with a dry brush. Move this over. And I always have my spray bottle. I like these continuous mist bottles, especially for out here. There. It saved my bacon today. And so to blend, I probably shouldn't have said it there. I'm just going to go ahead and get some color on here. Just random places, and I'm not being neat most of the time. I'm going to tell you nice long strokes to keep it even. For this blend, we're not going to worry about it. Now, I'm using the original Plaster Paint, which is a chalk additive paint, but one of the additives that's in it is clay, which means it can be reactivated. I'm moving to Jewel. It can be reactivated with just some water. So you can see how I have two tones of basically the same color. Make sure I don't get my lids mixed up. And now I'm just going to take a French round. I'm going to mist it lightly. And I'm working fast because it is hot out here. And then just wispy little strokes to start the blend.
Lisa said, that looks so pretty. That was back when you just finished the stencil.
Thank you.
Thinking about how you and Debbie are doing, and Minnie Crump said, hey, Sandy, Brian, and everyone.
Hey, Miss Minnie. And we are doing well. Now, I can mist my paint and reactivate it because, like I said, in this heat, it is drying quickly out here. And let me get another, let me wet this brush so it doesn't dry out on me. Clean it off. I'm going to use a little bit of whatever I have over here. Do I have poppies or dahlia? Poppies. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of orange to this. Which you look at this and you go, blue, you're going to add orange? Yes. Because I know my colors. And I always mist my brush. This helps cut down on brush strokes. It also helps your paint go further. And y'all, I want you to look. That is how much paint I have on my brush. So let's do some of the orange around here, and we're going to need it to lighten up this corner. Sorry?
Froze.
I froze?
Yeah, bye.
Sorry about that, guys. And when I'm blending, I normally work in smaller areas. Then I'll step back and see where I need to add some more light or where I need to go back and add in dark. And anytime I feel like my blending brush is getting too much on it, I keep a shop towel on me just to dry it off. We can even add a little bit. Man, it's drying quick out here tonight. I'm just going to add a little bit into the center here. probably don't have to clean my brush that much, but the water feels good. And I always start blending on the outer edges and blend my way in. That's going to give us a little bit more intense color right in the center. More blue here. And I will just keep working with it until I get it just the way that I want it. So I will either go live in the morning or I will do a video. Sometimes it's easier for me to do a video because sometimes it's like 6:30 in the morning. But I will take you on this journey with me. All right? Does anybody have any questions? And I should say that Brian has me a bucket of water over here that my brushes go into as soon as I finish using them. But if you should happen to let paint dry on your brushes, soak them in Murphy's oil soap overnight. All right, y'all. If you don't have any more questions, then we're going to let our raised stencil dry. I keep wanting to touch it, and I know not to. And I will see you tomorrow to get this door all finished up. I should let you know that the woodwork around it and in the center is going to be done in the dark brown aged wood technique as well. All right, y'all. I'm going to go in where it's cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Love y'all. Bye.